Ever since growing up, I had very loving parents. My mother was my best friend, and my father naman, sobrang siyang proud sa akin. He was always loving towards me. My parents are the type that would kiss me, hug me all the time, and they would always show me unconditional love. Na to the point that, you know, whenever I enter the room, para kong artista, their eyes light up.
Ganyan ang uri ng buhay na kinalakhan ni Camila. Para sa kanya, pamilya ang pinaka-importante sa buhay. Ngunit, nagbago ang lahat ng ito nang nawala ng trabaho ang kanyang ama.
My dad had a bad temper, and then my mom at the same time would withdraw from my father. And kumbaga, because she felt, you know, she felt unloved. Hindi niya asikusuin yung dad ko. So parang it became a crazy cycle for them.
Tumayong breadwinner ang ina ni Camila ng mga panahong ito. Dahil dito, mas naging madalas ang di pagkakasunduan ng mga magulang niya. Pakiramdam kasi ng kanyang ama, hindi nito lubos na nagagampanan ang kanyang responsibilidad.
I resented my dad that time. I resented him because he would be the one to raise his voice at my mom. Then I would see my mom cry, then syempre nagagayat ako sa kanya.
Ganito ang naging kaganapan sa pamilya ni Camila nang lumipas ang ilang mga taon. Kaya ikinagulat ni Camila ang desisyong ginawa ng kanyang ama nang umalis ito.
I was numb or I was in denial, but I knew it was painful, but I couldn't feel the pain.
Sa kabila nito, nangibabaw pa din ang kagustuhan na manatiling buo ang pagsasama ng mga magulang ni Camila. Hindi nagtagal, agad na bumalik ang kanyang ama.
Daddy! I was so happy, I was so ecstatic. And I saw them hugging and kissing each other. And they hadn't hugged and kissed each other for a long time kasi nga they were constantly fighting. And for me, you know, that spoke to me volumes that, you know, about marriage, that you can go through the most difficult time, but you really have to hold on to your marriage. You really have to make it work.
Ang tagpong iyon ay naging makabuluhan para kay Camila. Dahil sa pagpapatawad na ipinamalas ng kanyang mga magulang sa bawat isa, natutunan din niyang patawarin ang ama na minsan siyang nagkaroon ng sama ng loob.
I had to forgive him several times over a period of time, but it wasn't that difficult for me because, as I told you, my dad was so loving towards me.
Bagamat naging maayos ang pamilya ni Camila, tila hindi sapat iyon upang mapunan ang nadaramang kakulangan sa buhay.
And I would hear at church that you should love God above all, and at the same time, God loves me so much. And doon parang nagka-question ako, how can I love God above all? How can I love Him above my parents? When I don't know Him, He's so distant. Parang feeling ko, He's like an observer na He's watching me from up in the heavens, pero hindi ko siya nararamdaman, hindi ko siya naririnig, hindi ko nafe-feel yung love niya.
Patuloy na ginagambala si Camila ng mga katanungang iyon hanggang siya ay makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Dahil sa pangarap niya na maging isang news reporter, nabigyan siya ng pagkakataon na maging trainee sa isang premier news station noon.
But in 1997, there was a crisis, I mean, in a lot of companies. And suddenly, kahit nag-start na yung cadetship, we were told na 10 kaming pinili na maging bagong reporters there. Biglang hindi na matutuloy kasi because of the crisis. And then they said na, ayun na, we'll tell you na lang pag bumalik na lang ulit yung cadetship.
Ang naunsyaming pangarap ni Camila ay isinisi niya sa Panginoon.
I was asking the Lord, Lord, andun na nga ako sa news. This is my dream job. My foot was in the door. Why did you allow me to get excited about it na natanggap ako tapos biglang hindi matutuloy? Parang, what are you teaching me?
Bagamat nabigo na maabot ang hinahangad na trabaho, may panibagong oportunidad ang nagbukas kapalit nito. Ito ay sa pamamagitan ng isang NGO foundation ng Naturang Network.
They told me, Camila, we have your resume here. We'd like to ask you to come in. We'll interview you to be a reporter, if you would like to be a reporter sa Bantay Bata Foundation. And at that point, I was like thinking, this is not my goal. I want to be a hotshot reporter in the premier news station that time, no? And then, at the same time, I'm not the type to work for a foundation. I mean, I was wrapped in my own bubble, that I'm happy with my family, I'm happy with my friends, but I'm not the type to do good works or sacrifice for people I don't even know.
Magkagayon pa man, tinanggap pa din ni Camila ang trabahong iyon upang mahasa siya sa larangan ng pag-uulat. Nang lumaon, natutunan na din niyang mahalin ang kanyang ginagawa.
God needed to humble me. I was very self-sufficient. In fact, I was very proud. He wanted me to develop compassion for people because they are lost, because they are needy.
Lumilipas ang mga araw na unti-unting natutuklasan ni Camila ang dahilan sa likod ng paghantong niya sa naturang propesyon. Ang trabahong minsan niyang di binigyang pansin ang magiging daan pala upang masagot ang mga katanungan niya tungkol kay Jesus.
Kata was holding a regular Bible study in Bantay Bata, and she invited me to attend. And that time, I was really ripe. I didn't need any convincing. I attended the Bible study because remember, I always wanted to get close to the Lord. I wanted to know Him. I wanted to love Him with all my heart. And, it was through the Bible study na, parang I had scales in my eyes and they fell, and suddenly I could understand the Bible because that was the first time I ever read the Bible.
Ang katotohanan ng kanyang natagpuan sa salita ng Diyos ang humipo sa puso ni Camila upang tanggapin si Jesus bilang kanyang Diyos at tagapagligtas.
Anytime He could have gone down from the cross, anytime He could have said, I'm not gonna die for these people. But I realized He chose to do that because He loves me. That's when I realized, that God has always been knocking at the door of my heart. He really wanted to have a relationship with me. And at that point, that's when I realized, yes, I love the Lord. I love the Lord even more than my mom, even more than my dad, even more than my brother, because I realized now that the Lord loves me, Camila, and that He did this not for so many people. Of course, He did it for so many people, but He did it also individually for me. Because He didn't want me to die for my sins. He had to substitute Himself so that I can be with Him forever.
Dahil sa bagong galak at kapayapaang naranasan sa piling ni Jesus, mas naging masigasig pa si Camila na kilalanin si Jesus sa kanyang buhay. Bunga nun ay ang pagkakaroon niya ng kakayahang mahalin ang kapwa at maging mapagkumbaba.
Para ako nagkaroon ng boyfriend na super galing na boyfriend na I'm so excited to know you. Parang everyday, can I know you more? Ganon. And I'm so excited to talk to God because, kasi He became so real to me.
Matapos ang 2 taon bilang reporter sa Naturang Foundation, nabigyan siya ng oportunidad na magtrabaho sa news channel ng Naturang Network, isang katuparan na matagal na niyang pinapangarap.
So I realized God had to fix my perspective muna. He had to fix my purpose first before He allowed me to go to the news. God really had to prepare me step by step. And when I got to the news, kumbaga, it was a new journey that the Lord was giving me.
Naging matagumpay ang karera ni Camila bilang isang news reporter sa loob ng ilang taon. Ngunit para sa kanya, wala nang makahihigit pa sa tagumpay na makilala at maranasan ang dakilang pag-ibig ni Jesus na alay nito sa lahat ng tao.
All of us have a God-shaped vacuum in our hearts. And if we do not fill it with the Lord, if we do not know Him personally, laging may kulang. Mawala man yung trabaho mo, mawalan man ang lahat, you will be secure, you will have that joy that never ever goes away because God is all you need.
Makalipas ang 5 taong tapat na paglilingkod ni Camila kay Jesus, may isang lalaking nagpatibok ng kanyang puso.
Kasi sa akin yung requirement ko, mas mahal niya ang Panginoon kaysa mahal niya ako. The Lord allowed me first to have a honeymoon with Him, get to know Jesus more and more, get to fall in love with Jesus more and more, and then only when, and only at that perfect timing, 5 years later, did He allow me to meet my husband.
Sa choir kung saan parehong miyembro si Camila at Raul, nagkakilala ang dalawa. Ang magandang pagkakaibigan nila ay nauwi sa dambana taong 2005. Ngunit minsan, aminado ang mag-asawang Camila at Raul na hindi maiiwasan ang di pagkakasunduan sa isang relasyon.
Madaling sabihin, pero yung actual practice na, Lord, I'm sorry, nasigawan ko siya. Lord, I'm sorry kasi na-hurt ko siya. Ang hirap aminin nun sa aking sarili kasi syempre may pride ako. But the moment I do that and I acknowledge it and pray to the Lord, mas madaling mag-sorry. Mas madaling mag-reach out. Kasi iniisip ko, whatever happens to this marriage, it's my responsibility. It's the man's responsibility. Kahit magkahiwalayan o kahit na magkaloko-loko lahat, ultimately, it's the man's responsibility.
You can end this argument in a second, right? Just by humbling yourself and saying sorry. It doesn't matter who is at fault. Just, I mean, you both win when you are the first to say sorry.
So, ang challenge doon, sino yung uno magiging humble enough to say sorry?
2009, nang sumali si Camila sa Mrs. Universe Beauty Pageant, bukod sa koronang nauwi sa pagkapanalo ng second runner-up, mas tumatak sa puso ni Camila ang suporta at pagmamahal na ibinigay ng kabiyak na si Raul. Ang relasyon ng mag-asawang Camila at Raul ay isang patunay na basta si Hesukristo ang sentro ng pagsasama, lahat ay kayang harapin dahil may pagmamahalang wagas at dalisay.
It's really a commitment regarding that. So I need to focus myself, Lord, I'm committing to you this marriage. This won't work without you. So I'm committing to a life of purity, that I will just be faithful to my wife.
And when my husband came, he was really the best of the best. And the waiting was worthwhile. You know, if you have to wait 10 years, 20 years for God's best, do it, because nothing will compare to God's best. Nothing will ever compare to God's best.
Pagkatapos ng kanyang matagumpay na karera bilang reporter, sinuong ni Camila kasama ang asawang si Raul ang mundo ng negosyo. Sa katunayan, nagsimulang magbukas ang oportunidad na ito nang minsang naghanap ng mapagdadausan na kanilang kasal si Raul at Camila. Dahil sa fully booked ang mga weddings venue na nais nila, minarapat na lang ng magkasintahan na paggandahin ang isang bakanting lote na pagmamayari ng magulang ni Camila. Kanila itong pinaganda at binigyang buhay at dito na nagpakasal. Dahil sa naging maganda ang nakuha nilang reviews mula sa mga bisita, binuksan nila ang lugar para sa mga nais mag-celebrate ng kanilang mga espesyal na okasyon. Tinawag nila itong Blue Gardens Weddings and Events Venue.
Kasi nakita namin yung iba-ibang mga venue, ang mahal ng mga renta. Gusto namin maging pagpapala rin sa iba na, sige, mag-put up tayo ng business, ipa-rent natin itong Blue Gardens. So nag-isip kami, sige, pa-register na natin.
Simula nga noon ay naging mabilis ang pagyabong na ito ng negosyo nila Camila at Raul. Kung paano ito nangyari, heto ang kanilang mga natutunan.
Start small. Kung anong meron ka sa business, use that capital, whatever you have. I wouldn't suggest na maghihiram ka sa bangko because that earns interest. Mas lalaki yung utang mo. Kasi kung nag-focus ka lang sa pera, hindi mo focus yung pag-satisfy sa client mo, hindi siya magiging masaya. If you want to really develop a good product or if you want to really develop a good service, it should be something na talagang gustong-gusto mo. Kasi wala na magsasabi sa'yo na, o i-improve mo yung venue nyo, o i-improve mo yung services mo. Gagawin mo kasi you love to do it. Instead of, yun diba yung na gagayahin mo yung iba kasi pumatok na yung iba, hindi Go for what you are really passionate about. Basta mahal mo yung ginagawa mo, talagang papatok yan. We have to be honest in all our dealings. We have to pay our taxes diligently and honestly. Kung itatrato mo yung mga empleyado mo as part ng pamilya mo, part ng growth ng company, they will really give their heart and their soul to what they're doing. Pero kung feeling lang nila na, ay, alam mo, parang tool ka lang dyan, etsyapwera mo lang sila, ganun rin ang gagawin nila sa business. Ialay natin yung business natin sa Diyos. Hindi lang siya gawin na parang a way na para kumita tayo, pero talagang gamitin siya as a way for God to bless other people.
Sa ngayon, dahil sa patuloy na pagiging tapat sa Diyos ng mag-asawang Camila at Raul, mas dumadami pa ang kanilang mga takapagtangkilik. Sa katunayan, ilang celebrities na ang dumayo dito upang magpakasal at magpictorial. Ginagamit na din ang Blue Gardens na location site para sa paggawa ng pelikula. Ngunit ang pinakakakaiba sa lahat, naging bahagi ng negosyo ng mag-asawa ang pag-engganyo sa mga nais magpakasal na sumailalim sa libreng premarital counseling na kung saan sila mismo ang nagbibigay nito.
Sa amin, more than just the wedding, we also want the couples to have, to have that wonderful marriage that God wants them to have. Because marriage can be a foretaste of heaven.
Sa kabila ng sunod-sunod na pagpapalang natatanggap ng mag-asawang Camila at Raul para sa Blue Gardens, hindi nila nakakalimutan na ipagpasalamat ito kay Jesus na siyang patuloy na nagpapaasenso sa kanilang negosyo.
Whatever we earn sa business, binabalik namin sa business. We didn't really change our lifestyle. Kung ano yung car ng husband ko before he got married, yun pa rin ang kotse namin. Kumbaga, we didn't buy anything for ourselves. Kumbaga, binabalik lagi namin sa business. And so the Lord continued to bless our business because we dedicated our business to the Lord.